Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Simtrax Broadcasting as we are here with the NSR Xfinity Series brought to you by Admin Box, Affordable SEO and Marketing, and the Squeegee Pros. Joining alongside me tonight will be Stella here in Fontana, California, where this fantastic track that has been unfortunately shut down. I won't say any left-wing issues here causing this one, but this track is actually getting downsized, oddly enough, from more of a long super speedway style track to more of a half mile to a quarter mile track that they're going to put on the inside of it. Rather quite a shame. I have enjoyed this track for many years, seeing that the seams help drivers and viewers alike look and see how different drivers take these lines around the turns, if not straight down the straightaways, as guys try to get collected up and push on through all these turns and get maximum speed out there. Most of these guys will, with the right setup, will touch almost 200 miles an hour outside of the draft. And then one of those guys who does it the best is Dakota Earman, who unfortunately was not present for Phoenix after his race win the race prior. Right now I'm waiting to see if Dakota Earman, yes he does, as we are taking a little look here with our sponsors, that Dakota Earman in the 42 Toyota has gotten on the pole with a 38.82. That's only about 60 thousandths faster than right now Micah Allard, as Ralph Hutchinson slides into that spot, moving on to the next chunk. Let's take a look at some of our best times out there. Right now I've got 5 guys who have put down some times. A couple more have gone out there and tried to get a time. Right now Mike Bruno, he is returning back to the chase as he now qualifies for 5th. John Williams, I'm sure he is out there. I believe, yeah, he is. Looking for the number 5 Chevrolet. Stella, I'm fairly certain John Williams came pretty close here in the last race.
He did. He came in second in the Stage 2 last week in Phoenix, and then ended up coming in P3 for the final. Very nicely done.
Yeah, not bad. Guys, if you are looking to definitely help support the NSR Xfinity Series, check these guys out, especially on Facebook, and get a hold of Mark Sakosi. Keep this league rocking and rolling. You can come out here. You can give it a drive yourself. You can even come out here and even race, if not put a little bit extra toward it and sponsor a few races. You can sponsor the league. These guys are definitely looking for more help out there, to be certain. As we see right now, John Williams, boy, he is all over the track here. I think he was trying to scramble to find a little extra time. 6th spot for him. But definitely try to see if you can reach out. You can see Affordable SEO and the Squeegee Pros have done it, and Admin Box, of course. Right now, they've got about 9 drivers who put down a time. Jesse Priest is going to be another one, which honestly, Stella, when I was watching during practice, the Zero Chevrolet out there, I really enjoyed watching his line out there. This guy seemed to have the right angle and kind of really had a lot of speed, but for some reason his speed did not equate to a better time.
That's unusual. I guess it's all in the feel and the practice that'll get you where you need to go.
Yeah, well, what's unfortunate, though, is as he gets around the track and he's got a lot of speed, a lot of guys that you notice here will actually be about 3/4 of the way up the track to help conserve the tires. What you don't see is the guys drive and drop down toward the bottom where the paint line is. Right now, seeing that he's only qualifying, the best thing you want to do is try and cut as much of this track. You're not worried about your tires. You've got to get to the end as fast as possible, and that's what you're seeing here. Is right now where he's going to get across the start-finish line here in just a moment and hopefully be able to squeak by with hopefully a solid time here. Right now, it's not looking excellent. Like once again, 8th position. So we're having to drop back and punt once again, as this does not seem to be his fastest time. A lot of drivers missing here. Sisler, one of them, he is not out here, and a few of the others. I'm looking to see Stella. I don't believe I see Johnny Taylor out here, our last week's winner.
Yeah, that is a shame. Nor do I see Justice, but I am looking at who we have and looking at Dakota Earman's time of a 38.82. I'll tell you, this track in the Xfinity car has a qualifying lap record of 38.72. set by Tony Stewart in 2005. So those that are getting it good are right, really getting it good.
As they continue to crunch down on the cars and make them go slower for the, I guess, the more exciting pack racing. That's what you're noticing is a lot slower these guys are going. Tyler Justice is here, but I have not seen him get out onto the track just yet. The number 6 Chevrolet is going to be in a little bit of trouble here. I don't believe any sort of penalties are awaiting him.
No.
Yeah, to go out there and see if he's got anything going on. So everything should be solid there for Tyler Justice, who sits in the number 6 Chevrolet. He's got some work to do. Right now, we'll see Stephen Massey out here as he sits in the 97 Ford. He's working his way around. Whoa, loose into the wall. Yep, so that's going to destroy his run, seeing that they can only go one lap here to lay down a time. So that leaves us with Brandon Banks, Justin Cope, Stephen Massey, and Tyler Justice. Still, I think a little cheat here is not passing the start-finish line, going ahead and getting back to the pit road, which puts him on the other side of the line, and he can try it one more time.
Oh, sneaky, sneaky. I think we underestimated his sneakiness, sir.
Yeah. Well, right now he's got less than 3 minutes to lay down a time here. He's got to be pretty quick. Interesting to see Justin Cope electing to start from the back. Brandon Banks as well in the number 1 Chevrolet. I don't see where he's going to be penalized from starting out there on the track. Okay, let's see. Stephen Massey, let's try this one more time. As you can see, he's up close to that wall.
That's an understatement.
Yeah, I like how the line up top, if he starts this way, it'll help heat these tires up. But he's got to drop down to the bottom and try to almost do like a motorcycle rider and touch his knee to the line.
Oh, yeah, those guys are crazy.
Yeah.
They do this kind of speed and do it with nothing around them but their leather suit.
Yep. Come on. And let's see where he lands. Right now, I'm figuring just outside the top 5 is what I would assume. Oh my gosh!
Oh, boom!
Oh my gosh! Unseating Dakota Ehrman here. A 97 Ford to Stephen Massey swings that. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. Definitely a hot lap here. We'll see if he can hold on to it as we get this one underway. About a minute left here in qualifying, which will give us a perfect time to go ahead and talk about what we've got going on here as we kick off the California 300 at the Auto Club Speedway. Stella, we've got 150 laps tonight. Stages will be at 35 and 70. The after 70, obviously, we'll go double that plus some to finish out this race. 100% fuel limit and 4 sets of tires will be down the pits. Now, of course, there are no fast repairs. I'm here as your lead producer, Stella joining alongside me, and he who shall not be named will be up into the race control. He'll be our eye in the sky. 69 degrees out there on the track, which is oddly cold, which I think a lot of these guys expected it to be a little bit warmer out here tonight. So that 9 miles an hour wind, I'm sure we have pushing toward turn 2, the exit of turn 2. We're going to see that really having these guys running into a big time problem here tonight. And we'll see if they are able to collect it and stay alive out there on the track because they've got 150 laps. Hard to see not having that many drivers out here, but it should still be an awesome race. I know we're missing a lot of big names. Dylan Walterman, he is not out here. I'm sure he's got something going on. Sisler's not out here. I'm waiting to see, some of those big names we're used to seeing here, Stella. And right now, I'm just not seeing any kind of participation.
Yeah, I'm just kind of hoping they didn't start their St. Patrick's Day celebrations early.
Yeah, well, I'm hoping that's not the case right now. If anybody's in a green car, they may have a little bit of luck of the Irish here tonight, so we'll figure out if that's going to be true to be as we get this one going on. I know Jay is out there working on his I rating so he can get out here on the track with these guys. And I'm sure he'll learn a thing or two, I'm sure, seeing how fast these guys can go. And especially it opens up an entirely new section of iRacing once you get to the open setup cars. It is not a fixed setup. These guys are definitely doing it all by themselves out there, and definitely with some solid setups, and hopefully the guys tweaking them just the way they like them for them to race quality and with some quality speed out there. Still about a minute left here for them to grid up. Stella, this track, you said had the fastest time here with Tony Stewart. You know, now, is there a certain make or brand that has won here the most?
It's I would just say American made would be the best case scenario.
Okay, so not a Toyota. Okay, so we're trying to take a peek, because if you're saying that it was Tony Stewart back in 05, you said?
Yes.
Okay, so that still should be during his Pontiac days when he was out there racing. So, well, that should be good to see if that continues on through here. I definitely would love to see a Gen 4 League rock out here, but these Xfinities are definitely a tough car to drive, I assure you of that. All right, let's take a look at our starting grid here for tonight. Without further ado, we get to Stephen Massey and Dakota Ehrman. The 97 and the 42 will start side by side here tonight, as Ralph Hutchinson and Micah Allard will be starting in the row directly behind them. Anthony Promoda will be starting in that 5th spot next to Mike Bruno. Rounding out our 3rd row. Row number 4 will be Jacob Simpson and John Williams. Williams, very fast out here, but he's got to work and fight his way up to the front. But the 2 guys behind him, once again, these guys actually drop back a little bit, and they have been fighting up to the front ever since the beginning of the season, that being Stoney Benfield, who will be in 9th, and the 0 car of Jesse Priest. Eric Schaefer will be in the 11th spot next to the man, the myth, the legend, Mark Sikosi. Sikosi out there in the squeegee machine. He'll be starting in 12th. Brandon Banks in the number 1 Chevrolet. I have yet to see this guy turn a lap out here, so hopefully he is going to have a solid run. He's going to be in a little bit of trouble here, Stella, seeing how far back he is starting. And rounding out the final position in our field, Justin Cope. So right now, Cope starting from the back here. I see him watch kind of the race kind of unfold. Let him wreck it out, and then he flies up to the front. But Stella, with so few drivers here, which is a little unusual here for the Xfinity League, I don't know if he's going to have any trouble out there, and losing the draft might be actually against any kind of plans he may be having here. So I will see if it's going to work. If not, well, we're definitely going to know. So he's not going to have a choice as we get this one under green here. Green flag is out. Stephen Massey in the front, 97.4 gets taken off here, but Dakota Ehrman hot on the loud pedal as well, not letting him squeeze away. The big turn here between turn 1 and 2, this is going to shuffle everybody up right before we squeeze out of turn number 2, heading toward the backstretch. There we go. Good dive here by Stephen Massey. Hopefully he doesn't get as loose as he did in his first qualifying lap, which somebody did there in the back. Looks like that. Yep, right now that is already some trouble.
No.
And yeah, holy cow! You see who's slicing through here? Holy cow! That's the number 6, Tyler Justice. Oh, it looks like he's got the setup. He knows better as he slices on his way up to the front. Normally we stick with the front guys, but I've got Tyler Justice going for almost the back, and he slides up to 9th. Eric Schaefer. Something's happened here. As right now he's heading down pit road. I don't know if he broke loose here and he got out of shape. We'll keep an eye on, and I'll definitely check in with our pit reporter here to see what in the world's going on with Eric Schaefer. Schaefer breaking loose and heading down pit road, which definitely is going to break him up and send him to the back of the field. We'll take a look here with Sikosi and see what happened, as I want to take a peek here, lap 1, what happened to Eric Schaefer here. Right now, that is Sikosi on the outside. Schaefer on the bottom. There's the 3. Notice, whoa! Yeah, Schaefer just breaks loose here.
Yep. I thought he went to the infield. I didn't realize he was still on pavement.
Alrighty, everything's settling down here, at least for the top 4 drivers who are now starting to make a breakaway. Stephen Massey, Ehrman, Allard, and Promoda. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Ralph Hutchins, he's got some work, as he's about half a second behind, with Jacob Simpson sitting right behind him. Mike Bruno returning back to the race here, and now John Williams sits in 8th. So at least 3 drivers have yet to move. Stephen Massey, Dakota Ehrman, and John Williams in their original qualifying spot. Brandon Banks gaining 5, and Tyler Justice gaining 3 as he breaks into the top 10, kicking Jesse Priest out, moving him down to 11th. and Stoney Benfield bringing up the back of this pack, who's sitting in 12th. But already way back here is Mark Sikosi and Justin Cope. Both these guys were avoiding what they thought might have been a wreck as they slid down into, as Eric Schaefer slid down into pit road. And right now, Schaefer is all by himself, no draft. He may be our first guy a lap down here. As Stella, we've got guys 39 seconds here out there on the track right now. He's about 35 behind.
Yeah, it's not going to take too long because they will eat up that ground.
Yeah, as we take a look off the back end of Eric Schaefer, once again, still breaking loose. There the cars working their way around the turn, so he's pretty close to getting caught here. So we'll keep an eye on it as we get fired down the backstretch. Single file. Boy, look at Stephen Massey. That guy is loose. And I guess loose is fast because it is working for him so far. Out in front of Ehrman he is. Allard sits third. A new driver here in the 41 Chevrolet, and a 45 Chevrolet of Anthony Promoda settles down into fourth. So Promoda, not bad here. We saw him kind of working, and you did call him actually coming back, but battle for the lead here already. Quick slice here by Dakota Ehrman. Slide job as he comes out of two, but look at the distance he takes right there. He's got him by about 5-6 car lengths here in one turn, and Stephen Massey is not going to have any draft to help catch him up.
Yeah, that was impressive. I mean, if you're going to, you call it send it? Shoot, he sent it FedEx.
Right. Well, like I said, I didn't say they couldn't run on the bottom line, but like I said, top line is where you're going to want to be to save those tires. Dakota Ehrman realizing, you know what, I'm tired of playing follow along. I want to lead some laps, drops down to the bottom, and makes the first change of the lead here for tonight. As Ehrman's Toyota gets out in front. So their top three, Toyota, Ford, and a Chevrolet, he's sitting 1, 2, and 3. Not bad here by the rest of our drivers. Let's get back here to Jacob Simpson and John Williams, who battle right now. This should be the battle for 7th. Right now holding 6 is Mike Bruno in the 82 up front. And we've already got more shuffling yet again. Tyler Justice now sitting 9th. He's starting to slice his way up to the front as he's underneath of Brandon Banks. Banks, remember I said he didn't qualify, and I'm wondering if that's going to hurt him here in the Tire Pro Chevrolet #1 machine as he tries to get up front, following along with Tyler Justice as we get lap number 8 halfway complete.
Yeah, I think Dakota Ehrman has something to prove because this last week he dropped 7 points in the standings, so he'd like to make that up, and it looks like he's going to do it.
Yeah, well, I knew he said he was going to be setting up after the last win he had, and that was definitely, I did not expect him to actually skip out on Phoenix. He won at Vegas. I thought we'd see him at Phoenix, and then he'd be practicing here for Auto Club, but it seems him and his team alike all didn't show up for Phoenix, and now he's out here, and he's going to try to own the field, which I guess, fortunately, in a sense, that he isn't going to have a whole lot of competition out there. Other than right now, him and Massey are going at it here as they squeeze heading down the backstretch. Still nose to tail. 97 machine of Stephen Massey not even checking up a little bit here. Keeps it about a person width apart between him and Ehrman. And they're trying to see if they can make a breakaway. But Michael Allard is holding on to him here. And Anthony Promoda is now still sitting fourth watching this all happen.
Yeah, but you know, a lot of times you cannot discount the Liquid Molly drivers. They have it together too, so we may see them up in this group after maybe the stage caution.
Yeah, there's definitely a possibility. I would definitely expect to see Mike Bruno go at it. Remember, Ehrman was in one of those Liquid Molly cars, and he has checked out and moved to doing his own thing in his own race team. So know a couple of things going on for Nitro Racing, and oddly enough, Stella, we have got right now, if I am not mistaken, all 4 of Nitro Racing are sitting 1, 2, 3, and 4.
No kidding.
Ehrman in the lead. Stephen Massey is part of Nitro Racing. Micah Allard. I want to make sure everybody doesn't think I'm saying Michael. I'm saying it too fast. Micah Allard sitting 3rd. He's in there. And then you've got Anthony Promoda, who is in 4th. So right now, they were talking about getting a, kind of a 1, 2, 3. We're about to do it again here if they keep this up, because they are right now 2 seconds off the rest of the field.
What do they know that we don't know?
Well, if they spent 2 weeks practicing and getting this setup squared away where they're fast out here, that is exactly what you're seeing. Is it finally paying off? What's killing me is the amount of points that were lost in the process of not working it out at Phoenix. You know, the Desert 200 didn't go away, so it definitely showed up. So if they are able to get some more points or win the California 300 here, I don't know if this is going to come back and burn them later on here in this run. Let's check back on John Williams. Williams trying to work on through here as I see him taking a peek on the outside. Yes, he is. Outside of Mike Bruno. Right now, these two Chevrolets are going to try to duke it out here. And Stella, once again, this is a battle here for 7th as Jacob Simpson is in front of them. Simpson was kind of watching all this happen right behind him. Boy, I would be so glad to be driving out of my windshield instead of looking out the rear view here at these guys going at it and wonder if somebody's going to fire underneath of me here.
Yeah, I was looking, you were talking, 6 car lengths, then you were like a person length. I think that one pass might have been a paper length.
Yeah. Well, they keep getting closer and closer. Apparently no one is giving up any extra room out there, as right now it looks like John Williams does clear Mike Bruno for the 7th position. Bruno on the march back here on this race. He has now lost 2, gaining 4, both Tyler Justice and Brandon Banks. Both these two guys are still doing it here out in front. So still, yeah, we see these guys still in the top 10, but it does make you scratch your head and go, you know, when you're saying you're far back from 9th down to 15th, that's kind of a heartbreaker.
Yes, yeah, but
here's a pass for lap traffic.
Yes.
Sorry about that. That is Schaefer.
Yes. No, yeah. Not a problem at all.
Yeah, Schaefer goes high, and this will put him a lap down. 1, 2, 3, and 4 pass him in the middle of turn 3 and 4 there. So it looks like everybody makes it clear. Schaefer going ahead and letting them on around. Good job there with good communication, staying toward the top, and the top 4 have gone around. Go ahead, Stella. What were you talking about earlier?
I have absolutely no idea.
Excellent. Gotta love that. You know, especially a blank mind who just poof, can't remember a thing. All right, let's keep an eye here on Brandon Banks. Right now, Tyler Justice has been on a absolute roll here. I'm waiting to see Tyler Justice and Mike Bruno see if they can help each other out here. Right now, it looks to appear on the same team. Right now, Jacob Simpson and Ralph Hutchinson, they are on the same team, sitting 5th and 6th. So, Stella, we're already starting to see guys kind of developing teams and separation here. Interesting to see how all this is going to unfold. Team Conti, unfortunately, just seems from the outside looking in to kind of almost have disbanded. The only one left right now is John Williams, who is out there on the track in 7th. As he overtook Mike Bruno for that spot, and he's now trying to run down Jacob Simpson to see if he can break Hutchinson Racing apart.
Yeah, I'm not seeing much in the way of Team Conti either, but maybe
Benfield's around.
Stoney! Stoney's taking a sightseeing tour here.
Well, lack of drivers is also going to cause a lack of cautions. So
nice.
Out goes Stoney Benfield. I saw it looked like Jesse Priest had just passed Stoney, and then I believe Benfield got turned around here. Let me see if we can take a peek and see what happens. Here's Priest. Oh, there it
That'll
is.
do it. I don't know who went up or who came down, but
well, Stella, that's the cool part about this track is notice the streaks here. Will most of the time help people out. Whether somebody moved up or down.
Most of the time, except you're on that curve right there where the lines are moving.
Aye, that I am.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if we can find a solid angle here with something that'll help us. Here we go. Maybe we'll try this.
That does not work.
All right, already before we get to the zag line, Priest is moving up. Maybe trying to door draft him a little bit here. I'm trying to watch to see the size Stoney's car to see if he moves down, and he does. Right there.
He does. I think it's kind of mutual. But he definitely came away with the worst end of that one.
Well, he's able to keep it off the inside wall here.
That is good. Nice.
Alrighty, still remember, no stroke of luck here as we are now under yellow flag.
Oh.
This should
Did
give...
something else happen?
Not from what I'm seeing. Stoney's the only one who got turned around here. Everybody else remains in the same positions. So I don't know if they threw a caution just to kind of patch it all together.
All right, so we figure...
Massey and Promoter are working their way down pit road. So Team Nitro Racing has split in half.
Interesting.
Promoter and Massey came down. Looks like Priest and Sikosi came down. And oddly enough, I do not believe... Nope, Stoney Benfield's going to stay out.
Okay.
So with the flat spotting in the tires, we'll see if Stoney comes back down and gives a touch and go here. Looks like tire changes for some of our guys already down here. Promoter doing it.
Really?
Yep.
Maybe they feel they need a pressure change?
I think so. Extended time, though. Promoter,
Yeah.
26 seconds, and still counting here.
You better get.
Well, both him and Massey, there goes. Massey got it down. Promoter's still in the pit. And Schaefer is now working his way down.
Down or out?
So Schaefer should have gotten the wave around here. That should get him back onto the lead lap as he scurries down pit road to get going here. Promoter's still in pit.
Wow. Well, that's definitely going to change the face of their 1 through 4 caravan there. Jay's out there making me laugh again. I think that squirrel, it was meant for me when you said, what were you talking about? Nope, I got caught up in the passing. And he says, rubbing isn't always racing. Sometimes rubbing is rucking. I have to agree with you there.
Alrighty, Stella, after the last pit here, Anthony Promoter goes from our 4th place driver to dead last.
Ouch.
Which is down, well, make it sound horrible. 15th spot is where he's going to start.
I was going to say live last, or, you know, he's still rolling.
Yeah, but he's lost 11 positions on that.
Yeah.
On that pit stop. Pace car lights are out, so right now Promoter's really got to put an extra pep to the step here. And should be caught up. Right now I'm seeing the 3 and the 45 trying to make a chase here. So they should catch him here about middle of the backstretch. Schaefer getting an unlucky break here with a caution coming out, though.
Yeah, because he would still be a lap down, and I wonder what the fuel window is. They would have made it to 35 with 100%, right?
Yes. Yeah, they should be able to make it.
All right.
So some have made a top off. Eric Schaefer, he came in with a top off, and I'm wondering if he was just trying to make an adjustment. I can't blame him if he is. Trying to tighten that race car up a little bit because it is way too loose. Seeing that he is, you know, scrambling all over the track to keep that thing all together.
He looked like he was more in the ice follies than on the race course there for a bit.
All right, let's go ahead and get this one back under green here in just a moment.
Is this going to be another dark track? I noticed the headlights on the pace car.
Yeah, Auto Club will be well lit.
Okay.
The Auto Club is well lit, as you can already see the lights coming on and starting to brighten up the place. Try to keep this one going as the track temperature only raises by about another degree here. Jesse Priest trying to make another move here. Priest now to 10th. Remember Massey. Massey's down in 11th. I'm wondering if he's testing himself. And the setup here for Nitro Racing, if they're able to battle along and fight their way back to the front. Right now, this is a good chance also for Ralph Hutchinson in the 15 Chevrolet to battle along with Jacob Simpson, his teammate. This is them for 3rd and 4th. Ehrman and Allard still in front, sitting 1 and 2. But Stella, we've got guys slicing all through. And one who actually makes the most kind of...
Justice.
Yeah, right now, his Tyler Justice. I was trying to figure out aggressive is probably the word I'm looking for, as he is going from the top to the bottom. He slices right back in the middle. If he's not in the spot he wants to be, he's going to force his will and make sure he gets in there. So unfortunately, you're going to see right now the 15 and the 5 are working well together, Hutchinson and John Williams, as that pushes Tyler Justice back to the 7th position. So slowly but surely, most of these drivers are collecting each other up, but John Williams, oof, close, and if not, just gives a slight little rub to the wall there with his hand, and he goes on through. Williams up to 6th, Justice still in tow, chasing him here. Ehrman leading the race, but still not under contest, as Allard is sitting right behind him here. And I'm wondering if Allard would like to get the lead as he drops to the bottom. Unable to make the turn, he's going to have to snug in behind his teammate and chase him again.
Yeah, these are beautiful moves, though, I'll tell you. When you make me tighten up all over, you've made a nice cut there.
Yeah, right now this is the battle here for that 5th position as Ralph Hutchinson is on the favorable outside line, but not for the car. A car decides, he says, you know what, no thanks, as it gets a little bit loose, and John Williams slowly but surely gaining his 3rd position here on the night, gets into that 5th position. Right now, I expected to see him qualify for a top 5, but was unable to. 8th was his home to start this race, as the 82 of Mike Bruno. Stella is next right now on John Williams' list, and Bruno has actually been trying to see if he can fight his way up front, but notice he lacks some speed here. Right now, Mike Bruno following behind the 29 here and the 20 of Jacob Simpson, but Bruno was losing some speed, even rolling off that turn. I don't know if maybe he's got too much tape on the front of that car, but he is not picking up any speed. Bruno is actually running about 2 to 3 miles an hour slower than anybody else on the field. So Bruno, come stage break here, he's got an adjustment to make.
Yeah, because I'm watching Williams come up on him like he's standing still, and Hutchinson's almost doing circles. So yeah, they've either got to give him a better line, or wow. There goes Sikosi. For some reason, Massey is still way in the back.
Yeah, Massey looked like he may have broken loose. I was checking back there in the back, seeing that he may have sidestepped it here. I went to check to see if we could catch him before it got too bad. And it doesn't look like Massey was able to collect it and stay on for a solid pass here. Everybody did make a swing past him here. In the last lap. Right now I show him passing Jesse Priest and then breaking loose. Let's see if we can take a look up top and see what happens here to Massey. Massey following behind Stoney here.
Okay, Priest goes low. All is well.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Hang on. We have a little bit of movement.
Should be following behind Stoney here and then just continuing the woo.
Oh.
There it is. And then dragging the
wall. Yep. Sucked him in.
And this is where we came in.
Yeah. Oh, man.
All right, Massey back to the drawing board as he already has passed Sikosi. Massey getting up on Eric Schaefer. Watch this. Yeah, you're going to see Massey almost turn it back on here. Right now, he is going to be fighting some right side damage to that 97, though. I hate to see that actually destroy his race, but we'll get a little closer and see if I can find a little bit behind that right front fender. Looks like it might be pushed in just a little bit.
Looks like he might do it again.
Yeah, well, every time he tries to make a rotation through the turn, somebody keeps cutting him off here, which takes the air right off the nose.
Yeah, good thing he doesn't have door handles, or he would have scraped it off by now.
Yeah. All right, Massey battling along with Eric Schaefer. We'll see. We'll check in on Massey as he works his way up to the front. I do want to check in around the Brandon Banks, Stoney Benfield area. Benfield still battling here with Promoda. Promoda would love to get up front just one more spot, but right now it seems his car seems to be stalling out just a bit. I don't know why he was down in the pit box for over a minute, but he's paying for it now as he's battling for the 10th position. So far, so good. We'll check in on Hutchinson as it looks like the 45 is about to make a pass. Nope. Benfield got the turn exit speed here.
Yeah, they time it right, though, looks like Banks will hold him off, and Promoter can cut in underneath. Just watching the line.
Now, right now, Benfield is getting help here from Brandon Banks being right in front of him, so this is going to allow a couple of different angles here for Stoney. As you can see, Stoney's able to pull forward. And if there's any way that 45 of Anthony Promoter can grab a hold of it here, he should be able to slide through. There it is.
Oh.
Well, that's the Dakota Ehrman move we saw earlier. Slice to the bottom, make that cut, and then slide job it right at the end. There he is down there at the bottom.
Yeah, I was figuring he was going to try to take Banks also, and kind of doing a pick and roll, leaving Stoney Benfield stuck behind Banks. Going down on the inside and past them.
Yeah, interesting enough to see that Anthony Promoter actually given Brandon Banks plenty of room out here on the track. There's a slider. Oof.
What about plenty of room?
Well, he was down toward the bottom. Well, I've seen a lot of guys do, and even I've done. If you were on that inside line, what you do is you keep him down up toward the top of the track around the start-finish line. What that'll do is allow the outside guy to get a lot more speed, and he'll carry too much speed into turn 1 and 2, and he'll have to check up without hitting the wall. And that would have allowed Anthony Promoter to slide on by, but he did allow plenty of room for Brandon Banks to actually pull down that track a little bit. That way he could shorten the racetrack and not get as much speed into the turn. So Promoter slides up to 9th. Cope, not bad, 7 positions gained as he sits 8th. But he's falling behind the aggressive Tyler Justice, who is in 7th. So far, so good. But Stella, we still sit Ehrman, Allard, Simpson, and Williams 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we have a battle for 5th. Yes, we do. Mike Bruno and Hutchinson. Hutchinson trying to get it going here. So these two Chevrolets are going to duke it out once again for that number 5 spot. Right now, as points start mattering the most, these two are definitely trying to find where they're going to snug in. And Stella, don't forget, we got stage points, so these guys have got to watch where they place even now in the race.
Well, they've got 2 more laps to figure out if they're going to make the big points or be the also-rans.
Oh, yeah, great turn here by Mike Bruno. I love it. Right now he does clear the 15 of Ralph Hutchinson. Hutchinson going to stay down toward the bottom. Right now this is taking a toll on Hutchinson's tires here, as he may have to check up on the roll-up here. Right now, a little bit of sidestep here. Bruno will have the turn exit speed heading to the line. This will be all Bruno here, and we are under caution.
There we go. Oh. Oh.
Believe Micah Allard is in it. Something happened here. Michael Allard down to 12th.
Well, he's coming back up. Quick, fast, and in a hurry.
We'll double check back here and see what happened to Michael Allard.
That.
Boy. And just as I was kind of commending these guys for good communication, we got a little bit of a breakdown here. I'm not quite sure what...
Well, he kind of gave him that little sidestep juke, you know?
Yeah, I was wondering if Allard was thinking this was the last lap before the caution break. And with this being the last lap before the caution break, if Allard was trying to block. And if he was trying to block to get the stage points, and they didn't realize they had to do it, somebody got clipped here. Let's check out there. JJJ.
Yes.
Misadjustment, maybe?
Oh, my heavens.
Yeah, excommunication's what he did.
Yeah, but that's communication. I like that. he's commuting, so like
Right.
he's traveling, car,
Oh.
communication. Ah. All right, so I am going to assume, and we know what happens when you assume, that this will count as our stage break because it was in just a couple laps before, or a lap before our regularly scheduled stage break at 35.
Right. Eric Schaefer didn't come down pit. What are you doing? Huh. Alright. Probably working his way down now. So Eric Schaefer, the last driver to come down pit road. He'll be stopping on lap 35 here. So far, so good. So, Stella, we are looking at all 15 drivers still on the lead lap, still racing out here.
Yay.
Yeah, Priest was actually a little slow in the box. 38 seconds. Tyler Justice down there about 28. Everybody around about that 14.5 to 15.2. So.
Yeah, that's going to hurt
No.
as far as Justice and Priest go.
Yeah. Well, Justin and Priest will be back here. Schaefer, 14.65. Back out he goes.
All right.
I would love to know what in the world happened there between Jacob Simpson and
Allard.
yeah, I just wonder what happened there.
Yeah.
Everything looked okay, but then that just kind of broke loose.
Well, there was a little zigging and a little zagging, and somebody slid across the front or back of the other person. It happens. So we looking at Ehrman, Simpson, Hutchison, Bruno, and Williams for our top 5 on the restart. Allard did come back to 6th.
Yes, he came down pit road in 7th, so not bad for him being able to get back out there. So Allard, Promoter are pretty close. Massey still hangs out for our top 10. I think he's going to be battling Stoney right here at the beginning, or Brandon Banks. Alrighty, let's go ahead and get this one back under green. Away we go. Dakota Ehrman, Jacob Simpson, Hutchinson, and Bruno, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Stella, the battle for second is still there. As right now, Simpson is on the outside, Hutchison down toward the bottom. But we've got teammates going at it here, and I'm waiting to see if Michael Allard I would assume no payback here, but there's going to be something going on, as Allard looks like he wants to be up front and in a hurry.
Yeah, well, usually it's the safest place to be with these guys, especially when they're getting so, like you say, assertive, aggressive on these long runs.
Yeah. Right now you see Allard is dropping down toward the bottom on a set of fresh shoes out there on his car. Right now he is taking it very aggressive to try and get around Hutchinson, which I believe he does make a full clear here, but it is still side by side, yet to be seen. Let's take a look. Right now, yep, there he is. He looks like he might have him here. Boys, these guys are still bunched up really, really tight here. Going on lap 38, and right now almost 3 wide here, right behind him. We got a great view here as Promota's down on the bottom. John Williams is sitting right beyond that and still trying to squeeze on through. These drivers are mashing it together coming out of 4.
Yeah, we almost had a 4 wide situation there, which is possible here, but not healthy.
Yep. Well, you've seen definitely the 5 wide salute here at this track. They are capable of making it happen. Right now, Stephen Massey, check him out. I talked about how far back he was and separated. Now he's up here. So far, he's sitting now in 4th. Allard is sitting 3rd. And here's Allard with Simpson.
Oh.
Yep, like I said, I think something's going to be a little up with this one.
Tad bit of contact there.
Yep, 29-4 to Jacob Simpson and Micah Allard. Sitting in the 41 Chevrolet. I think they're going to have something for each other, and I don't think it's over yet. 97 machine now starting to push Jacob Simpson here, trying to give him more speed heading into 1 and 2. I don't know if that's a bit of a strategy there for this team, but they've got him surrounded. Down on the bottom is Allard. And Massey going to use the outside speed. Yes, sir. That's exactly what you expect to see from the Nitro Racing team here. That is exactly what I was talking about. You ride that three-quarter line the way up, you're going to have to turn speed later on here in the run, and that's exactly what you're seeing now here as Michael Allard is still sitting on the bottom trying to get around Jacob Simpson, who's still trying to hold him really, really tight to this turn.
Yeah, this is tight racing, good racing. And just keep off of each other, guys.
Yeah, right now we are taking kind of a drone footage, looking at Michael Allard here, as right now he is still trying to fight around Simpson. Simpson up close to the wall. He's got the turn. Yuck. Yeah, right now Allard's going to have to tuck right in behind him again. He's got him clear. No, not yet. Oh, gotta let go.
There we go.
Yeah, getting super close here. Right now this has been a very, very good race as the number 41 Chevrolet of Micah Allard is battling here for the third position, trying to put the 29 Ford of Jacob Simpson behind him as they go once again door to door for about the fifth lap here in a row.
Yeah, I'm also watching Promoter trying to be the spoiler, not knowing which one he's going to push, but I think he may pop through the middle when the two of them part.
Yeah, it might be an idea. Right now we are looking at Promoter. We're looking at the backside of Jacob Simpson. Simpson now settles down into fourth as Allard may have put a little extra pressure on these tires as he has been on the bottom here most of the second stint moving through. We'll see if that causes any problems later on here in the run. But yes, Simpson, as he gets loose on the outside, has no room to move down, and Promoter knows better. He gets out of the way just a little bit. The way Simpson can hold on to it here, and once again, the Nitro Racing team has rejoined all together 1 through 4.
Yeah, well, Simpson clipped the wall pretty healthily back there, so I might be assessing his side of his car and making sure we're still moving safely forward.
All right, as we sit on top of Tyler Justice, and we'll take a look forward at Jacob Simpson. We'll see if we can inspect any sort of damage that may have come to Jacob Simpson here. I don't know if really. Yeah. Maybe he might be okay.
Yeah, but I mean he's all scuffed up, so I don't know if there's structural damage or not. But
right from fender. Whoop.
Yeah. Oh way. Hey. What's going on? I know Jay out there will say it buffs out, but it can't buff out while we're still running.
Yeah. Alrighty, what do you say we try to find us another battle out there on the track? I'm sure there's another good one back here. Ooh, yeah. I was looking for that Brandon Banks one. Brandon Banks, Schaefer, and Hutchinson going at it here. Schaefer makes an interesting cut there. Has to snug in behind Hutchinson. Hutchinson seems to fizzle that one out. Let's see if we can fly on through. Williams now up to 7th. Justice getting a hold of Jacob Simpson here. I think he's playing in his attack. Sliding into turn 3 here, down on the bottom. And right now Jay is saying it'll buff out.
Yeah, we shall see, because like you say, Justice has been on a tear. So maybe he'll settle down for the second stage, maybe not.
Yeah, and if right now Tyler Justice thinks we didn't see who made the paint on that car, that's a little extra attention to detail here by the number 6. See, it looks like Faye's Paintworks here. It looks like on the inside of that number 6 as he's left his mark on that car. Like the way that looks. Definitely a little extra. Jacob Simpson is staying out front. Tyler Justice for the moment. There you go. Look at the inside of the 6. Love it. Looks good. So already a little damage here. The side here of Jacob Simpson's right rear quarter panel. He's got got a few nudges here. You talked about Jacob Simpson getting some damage on that car. It seems to be affecting him as he's made contact with the wall yet again, knocking himself out of the top 5 here.
Yeah, I think he's looking like he's been through a beatdown.
Yeah, oddly enough, any sort of damage to these Xfinity cars on the fenders definitely plays into the aerodynamics heavily. as they are unable to stay connected to the ground. These things start trying to wander all over the track. And it just makes it more and more difficult out here. So right now, I think Jacob Simpson is feeling that to the max here as he's now 6. John Williams is getting ready to slice underneath him here. But not before Mike Bruno and Ralph Hutchinson try to go at it again out there. I believe they have finally settled down. Hutchinson and Schaefer now are going to go at it. Schaefer down on the bottom. Yeah, 3 still going at it here as he gets down on the bottom, makes a slide job in front of the 15. Does Hutchinson slides past him? Down over the other side, he might have him. Let's see if we can sit on top. Right now, that is Hutchinson on the bottom. Schaefer trying to hold onto it on the top. Right now, that does leave Hutchinson sitting on the inside of the 3 here. 3 starting to roll up the track just a hair as they continue through turn 1 and 2, finishing up 2 down to the backstretch. Still, once again, side by side, only separated by about 30 thousandths of a second. And now Hutchinson loses the position to the outside driver.
Yeah, I see Schaefer is now going to come down, cut in front of him, and try to make sure he doesn't get repassed in 2 seconds.
Yeah, right now, Schaefer still trying to make yep, exactly what Jay said. Schaefer still trying to make a comeback here after the spin out he had earlier in the race, I believe on lap 1. He was heading down pit road almost sideways, but he was able to collect it. And talk about a crazy turn of events. He gets back on the lead lap on lap 16 when Stoney gets turned around, and then back on he's going, now sitting 9th as he's up 2 positions here so far, but no can do. Check out Brandon Banks. I'm interested to see why Banks didn't qualify and is out here running it. Maybe he knows he's got something for these guys. So I'm interested to see, Stella. If my biggest thing is if Justice can catch up to the Nitro Racing guys who have now put almost a second and a half on the rest of the field.
Yeah, that's going to be a rough ask there for Justice, I think, because looking at their running times, he's not up to par with the 4 together.
All right. Let's talk about somebody who's not up to par here. We got a couple of guys here in the back, unfortunately. Mark Sikosi's got to figure out how to get some more speed out of this car. Stella, right now I'm seeing his top speed, yes, around that 202 mark, but he's hanging around about 161 around these turns, and he is unfortunately holding on for dear life to see if he can reach up there and grab a hold of Stoney Benfield. Benfield right now is kind of floating in, kind of right behind Jesse Priest, and I'm wondering, Stella, is Mark Sikosi sitting back once again until the final few laps, and he's going to go for it? I mean, I would love to see if the admin here of the series go up there and get him some points. Get a top 3 out of one of these stages, and I think he's probably been in this iRacing so long that he is not in the mood for getting knocked out early in the race. He'd like to make it to the end, which right now, guess who's going to decide to slide right back down pit road again? In your face, Jay, the number 3 coming back down pit road. I believe not on the way he would like to be.
You mean he just spun in again?
He just spun in again.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so Schaefer having a heck of a time out here tonight. This is not working for Schaefer at all. He's really fighting this car as you see him working his way right back out of the pits. Let's see if we can follow Schaefer in the 3.
Any help this time?
Ready? Man, great job. Look at Brandon Banks. Not even affected. And there he goes.
Man, and now is he going to have to do a drive-through because he came in too fast?
Yeah, unknown. He kind of got a mulligan here, getting back on the lead lap. And no can do. This is actually the battle for second here, Stella. We move up to Stephen Massey and Micah Allard. Right now, these two guys are going to go at it. Oof. 97 dove in way too early into the turn. You saw him scrub right at the white line. Has to slow up just a little bit. And now, not only is he battling for second, he's now going to be battling here for the 3rd position as Anthony Promoda is going to take that to his advantage, slice underneath of him, and put Massey back in his place, which he believes is 4th.
Well, Massey may have something to say about that, but it was a good heads up play as far as seeing an opening and taking advantage of it.
Yeah, not bad here. Is everybody else out here on the track? Pretty good separation between each other. Nobody's really kind of hammering each other here to make something happen. Hutchinson is kind of, I think, kind of biding his time here, seeing that we are waiting till lap 70, if I'm not mistaken. Right, Stella?
You are correct.
All right, so I got about 15 laps to go from this point on to get on to the lap 70, and then we'll be back under a scheduled caution. And I'm sure we'll see 4 tires, another adjustment, and these guys go at it again. Now, I'm interested to see right now what adjustment these guys can make. I mean, we're getting some speed. Remember, I was talking earlier about how Mike Bruno needs to find some speed out of this car. You know, maybe I was thinking maybe if he had too much tape, he may be running into an overheat issue and he's having to get out in fresh air. But in the same respect, he may need to keep the tape on just so he can keep the air going past him instead of through him. So right now, Bruno is going to really have to summon the NASCAR gods here to come up with some sort of speed for that car so he can at least finish with the top 5 here tonight. As unfortunately, once again, he is marching back. Hutchinson's going to take the outside line on the 82, and Bruno now just trying to hold in at the top 10 as he now settles for 9th.
Wow. Yeah, that's unusual seeing him move back quite so quickly. I'm wondering if there's any other kind of technical issues. I mean, he still seems to be driving a good line. If it's just speed, that's kind of wild.
Yeah, unfortunately, it just doesn't seem that he has enough speed coming out of these turns here. I mean, don't get me wrong, for the rest of the field, he's doing all right, but it's like we're at 156. I'm looking at John Williams in front of him sitting at 166.
Ooh.
So
Okay.
I don't know, seeing he's about a second ahead, if something's going on with this 82 race car out here. It's just very odd to see a guy who is very consistent. I mean, each and every time this guy comes out here, you can almost guarantee you're going to see Mike Bruno for a top 5. Now, we do have a lot of nitro racing guys out here, so, maybe there is a bump, but right now, him trying to hang on here, he's making it happen. I mean, it's still working, Stella. I'm not knocking Mike Bruno at all here. I'm just wondering if something on that race car, what adjustment he can make to pick up just a little more speed here, as right now, Tyler Justice out of shape, probably into the wall, and now he's going to be marching back.
Yeah, woof, bump. Yeah, Bruno's, letting Justice know it's time to move forward. Well, if Bruno comes up with something, hopefully he'll let Sikosi know too, since he seems to be in the same situation.
Yeah. All right, let's see what happens. Here's Tyler Justice up toward the top. Looks like a wall hook.
Oh.
Yep, pops off there.
Wow, that sucks.
Well, you start you start driving, and once you rub the wall kind of sucks you in and it won't let go. So It's not an iRacing issue, whereas like Atlanta, it was a fish hook. He's going along the side of the wall, and as soon as he scrubs it, it will continue to grind into it because it creates drag on the right side.
So it pulls to the right as it drags on the right.
Right.
Which keeps you turning right into the wall.
Right.
Oh, that's awful.
So the worst thing you can do is actually jerk the wheel left because you'll make separation, and now you'll be making such an adjustment that you'll spin out. Same as falling off the road when you're out there on the highway or something. You don't jerk back onto the pavement. You slowly ease it back on because the last thing you want to do is pop the curb here, and now you're flipping, So these guys, I mean, good move. Just kind of ride it out. We'll fix the damage when we get back in. The key is his right front fender not cutting that right front tire down here. So we've got to keep an eye on Tyler Justice as I don't see any smoke coming out of that car. So he should be A-OK for the moment, but he's going to see if he can get it one spot back from Ralph Hutchinson. As he's passed him once tonight already, he's going to see if he can get him again.
Yeah, and Bruno again has fallen behind these two. If he could have kept up, it might have aided him with the draft. Jay's out there saying He's got it. He figured out what adjustment is needed. He needs his wiper blades changed.
All right. Well, definitely ever since. He knows the dealership motto, ever since, I put the trailer hitch on, I'm sure the car won't start. All right, John Williams. John Williams here, the lone driver from Team Conti, fires up front, gets the 5th position. But notice how he bobs right back down. Williams now giving the position right back to Jacob Simpson here. Rotates up and then squeezes back down. Very odd to see here from John Williams not staying on that top line. Now, that may cost him here, as now you see the outside line. Jacob Simpson undoubtedly will pass him again here and is looking to put the distance.
Yeah, and that down and up sawing motion, does that not wear a little extra on the tires?
Eventually. Right now, John Williams may be searching for fresh air. If he can get far enough away from that car, maybe down toward the paint, he's trying to get the fresh air and get out from, kind of away from Jacob Simpson here and get a good run. But right now, the best thing you can do at Auto Club is follow behind somebody and then get the a head of steam heading into the turn, and then that way you can make the pass. So Williams, I don't know if it was intentional, but may be in a little lack of judgment there. And now, unfortunately, 1, 2, 3, 4 car lengths. Jacob Simpson is now pulled away from John Williams here, heading into turn number 3.
Take a look at Banks. Here's another one that I'm not used to seeing so far in the back. He's running 13th right now, coming up on Stony Benfield.
Yeah, right now is hanging back. Brandon Banks in front of Sikosi, running down Benfield. I'm not sure. You were 100%. I don't know what Brandon Banks, if it's the 1.5 mile tracks that just kind of do it for him here. Once we start separating, we get to these larger tracks, guys start really checking up and being a lot more conservative. And I just don't know, Stella. Look, there's a reason the two of us are here in the booth and they're out there in the cars. I just don't know if the idea here is to sit back and kind of let this happen. We noticed how the racing was much closer stage 2. I would expect it to be even closer for stage 3. The separation isn't getting away, so notice how these guys are not allowing as much separation but amongst each other. So I'm interested to see, will Brandon Banks turn on the afterburners? I think he's sandbagging it. I think we've got a solid top 5 finisher here. He's just allowing the laps to tick off here, and we may see Brandon Banks fire up toward the front and try to put that number 1 car up toward closer to the number 1 spot. Let's check in on Hutchinson, as I believe he is under fire here by Tyler Justice. Justice finally getting his wits about him here and slides up not 1 but 2 lanes, coming out of 4. Woof. Yeah, right now Tyler Justice in the number 6 Chevrolet. He has a 5-position gain here on the night, but he would love to continue having the opportunity of gaining some stage points here. But right now, as he's been very, very aggressive to these tires, we can notice that it is starting to definitely take its toll on not just the driver, but on the car as well. So Tyler Justice either needs to make an adjustment, or he's going to have to figure out how to change his lineup a little bit here, because Stella, as we come up on this next stage, stopping at 70, we got to make it to 150. So we've got not only 70, but now 80 laps before we get to the end here, and they've got to really be conservative on what they're doing with their tires to remain fast for the longest amount of time possible. Right now, Ehrman is out in front. Closest person is about 3/10 behind of Promoda, and then a second behind is going to be Stephen Massey, who settles down in third. Toyota, Chevy, Ford sitting 1, 2, and 3 as we get this one wrapped up for stage 2.
Yeah, you asked me earlier about, what kind of car won mostly here, and I was saying, well, American-made cars are definitely the primary. I went ahead and clarified that out of the 30 races that they had at this racetrack, 4 of them were won by Toyotas. The rest were all U.S.
Okay. So I figure some of them were later on here in the run. We'll see if Kyle Busch was some of those races, I'm sure.
Yes. 1, 2, 3 of them were Kyle Busch in his Toyota Camry. Martin Truex was the other one.
All right, I'm getting better. All right.
Yeah.
All right, Stella, we've got this one almost wrapped up. Promoter, I think, might be trying to make one last run at it here. He has decided to close the gap. Promoter's on the loud pedal, trying to see if he can get any more out of this, but it's not going to do.
There we go.
All right, Tyler Justice knows how much farther off he is from Hutchinson. He was battling with Hutchinson, and then it fried the tires off. Nothing was left. Cope to 11th. So right now, pretty quiet is
Tell me
Justin
how you really
Cope.
feel. Jay's out there going, yuck, Kyle Busch.
Yeah,
Just tell me who drove the M&M?
that's Kyle.
That's Kyle. Yuck. I'm with you, Jeff. I'm with you, Jay. No kidding.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm not supposed to be partisan, but yeah, I will be interested to see what they're going to do with this auto club. Initially, I thought it was dead in the water because a real estate developer, like condominiums kind of developer bought the place. So the fact that they are even considering putting some track back here is a good thing. So.
Yeah, but just so much smaller.
Oh yeah, they're talking more like Bristol.
Yeah, but come on.
I know.
I mean, this was supposed to be comparable to Michigan.
Yeah, no, they're saying half a mile and bring a style of racing that's a mix of Martinsville and Bristol. That's as of February of this year. But now, mind you, they're saying it's not even going to be ready for... It may be ready. Maybe likely, I think is how they put it.
Oh!
Uh-oh.
Almost rear-ending each other on the way in the pit.
Yeah. Well, make sure you're slowing down.
Martinsville and Bristol?
Yeah. How? What is that? The paperclip? So a itty-bitty paperclip?
And then what? 30 degrees of banking on the turn?
I don't know. But they're saying it's not even going to be ready for the 25 Cup Series season.
No, absolutely not. Not if they do it right.
So.
Which,
I
you
don't
know, out there
know.
in California, it's a whole lot of funding, but not a whole lot of production.
Ouch.
Well, you tell me about how that bullet train's working out. Anyway, race off of pit road, Dakota Ehrman. Man, full squat by that car.
Made it back out, though.
Yeah, I know. That may be a hint for anybody who's out there watching Dakota Ehrman. If you notice how he came out of pit, how far the rear end of that car squat down and went out. That's how soft the suspension is. Interesting. That might be a note to write down on that.
Also interesting, taking a look at how far back Williams, Banks, and Priest have come back out of the pits.
Let's see. What is Jay saying out there?
Oh,
This
gosh.
the one they turned into a Ford parking lot? No, that was Chicagoland.
Yeah,
Chicagoland they turned into a Ford parking lot.
when they couldn't get the chips.
Yeah. So what'd they do? They just
Then-
put them on the street in
Then,
the rain.
then they couldn't get then they couldn't get the foam for the seats to make the interiors.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
excuses,
was always something.
excuses.
It's going to be 10 years from now, and people are still going to be saying, well, ever since COVID, we can't... Yeah. I'm sorry, but pick up your bootstraps, brush yourself off, do
Jason
something.
Hastings saying, let's go DBR, boys. Drinking Brothers Racing.
Okay. I apologize.
I
did
do not
mean-
see any of them here in the Discord. You know, if that was on an actual broadcast, I'm sure they'd get me for racism on that one.
Well.
Anyway, all right, we're starting to get way too
loose.
biased here. Yeah, let's try to PBR boys. What?
Oh no!
Oh, Stella. Pace car lights are off. We should be back under green to start lap 74 of this race. 75 should put us at the halfway point.
Ooh, woo.
Negative. Hard charger here of the night is Tyler Justice up 7. Justin Cope is up the same amount. Let's see if Cope wants to battle with our fast guys up front as Dakota Ehrman. Most likely the way this race has been going may be cautionless all the way to the end, so hopefully as Ehrman's final restart here as we get this continued underway. Tyler Justice, high line, love it. Wonder if he kind of took some notes here. Oh, he's loose. Oh,
Yeah.
man, coming out of 1 and 2 there's no way you hold on to that. Not scrubbing the wall is Tyler Justice, and apparently didn't have enough damage to knock him down and out. Tyler Justice does pick up another position over top of Mike Bruno, putting him in the rearview mirror. And now 1 through 5 single file as we get back to Bruno, who's now, he's trying to keep it single file. Now we're single file all the way back to, I believe that is Banks on the outside. Hutchinson here. That's going to be a good battle. And Stella, John Williams has fallen all the way back down here to 13th.
Yep. That's what I'm saying. Banks, Priest, and Williams came off of the pit road dismal.
Yeah, there's definitely some guys toying around out here. As Stella, lead battle is over. Actually, Massey took over Ehrman here.
Oh, see that again.
Yeah, we're working on it, trying to see if we can find where he goes ahead and takes him over.
Man. Because that was quick.
Yeah, this should be right at the beginning here. It looked like he may have passed him pretty quick.
So that would have been 75.
Yep.
Wow.
Look familiar?
Wow.
Same move Ehrman pulled there to make the pass.
Yep.
Chasing on down, so it almost seems this race is going to be all the 4 guys here in the front. Promoda has been passed by Tyler Justice, but remember, Justice needs to keep in mind that he needs to make it to the far end of this pit stop to follow along with these guys. I would not wait another lap. As soon as you see these guys heading down pit road, you better be following, or otherwise you're going to end up out of cycle, and these guys are going to get away from you.
Yeah. Right now, I guess he's staying in the bubble. And can keep up with them, but like you say, he may not be on their radio chatter, but he better be on their bumper.
Alrighty, I'd like to thank everybody out there in the chat so far here tonight. Jason Hastings, Jay, of course. I see Stella, you're out there chatting it up with some of our viewers as well, and Timmy Ray that joined us earlier here in the race. I know Timmy's out there. I'm sure he's racing. He's got some other things going on, and he even said his pit crew is watching as well. Do appreciate all the boys and girls down there from the southern states. Right now we are taking a look at Tyler Justice. He has moved up to the 4th position. Promoda sitting 5th. Bruno 6th. Jacob Simpson is 7th. Now, Stella, I do want to note that some of our people here in the top 10 have returned back to their original qualifying positions. Stephen Massey and Ehrman, both 1 and 2. Promoda and Bruno, 5 and 6. Jacob Simpson, 7th. And Stoney Benfield, 9th, back to their original qualifying positions here on the night. So a lot of shuffling out there on the track, but not so much here for the guys in the top 10.
Yeah, Williams probably has to be my surprise, sitting in 14th. Something tells me he made an adjustment in the pits that just did not go well.
Yeah, his pit lane time was at least 54.93. That was almost 3 to 4 seconds slower than everybody else out there on the track. His stall time was correct, but he just really slow off the gun here and getting out of pit lane. So I don't know, maybe he ended up in a jam up or somebody else cut in front of him. But it did not work out. The only way I could see something like that happen is if we missed the box.
Yeah, and Sikosi is falling back as we speak.
Yeah,
He
right
was
now
at
Sikosi
20.
looks about a light year off here. Let's take a look and see what happened to Sikosi. Did we have an Eric Schaefer moment?
I do not know. Oh, yes, we did. Hit the wall, and away we are into our landscaping phase. Yeah, it's going to leave a mark. Smoky eunuch? Nope. I think that one's for you, Patrick. Jay comes up with some stuff, I'll tell you.
No, none of them are related.
Okay.
Alrighty, well, we're still kind of rally capping out there. I don't know if you guys are, if Ehrman is going to overtake Stephen Massey out here. I know Ehrman's been owning most of this race here tonight, so we'll keep an eye on it. Stoney Benfield, 9th. Yes, that is Hutchinson. Hutchinson getting ready to start putting the moves on him here, setting him up, aiming for him in the turn. Gonna happen. We're sitting along Stoney Benfield. There we go. Taking a look out there at him. Now.
Yeah.
Well, I like it, and that's exactly what I was saying earlier. Is if you ride him higher into the turn, right now Stoney's going to get more speed than he wants, and he's going to lose not one but possibly 2 positions here. Full clear,
no,
now
not.
Stoney, look out!
Yep, he needs to buy some glasses for his spotter, man, because that was bad.
Alrighty, Jay giving Sikosi a little lip there, saying the landscapers aren't going to like that.
Yep.
But Stoney adding to it here. Yeah, Banks probably not happy about that. We'll see if there's any damage to the front end of his car here.
Maybe not.
Man, I wonder what in the world is going on with this guy's car. Yeah, I don't know, Stella. It just seems like some of these guys are just a little bit off on the setup here. I mean, Banks is getting up there. I mean, he's about 100.
I'm just wondering, actually, if what we're seeing is the guys in the front are going so much faster that it makes these guys in the back look bad. That they're doing fine here in the back. It's just the few in the front are leaving them.
Yeah, but I'm looking at the difference between 6th place and 13th. You know, right now Brandon Banks is still 2 1/4 seconds off Jacob Simpson. You know, it just seems that the guys up front, but it's just kind of they're kind of tussling it up here a little bit. And you know, when Brandon Banks gets out here at these long speedway tracks, he just has a lot more speed. You know, same with Bruno. Bruno has a lot more speed, and I think he may have made an adjustment here because now he's starting to march toward the front. Notice how the draft it's working a lot better for him here, sitting behind Jacob Simpson. But notice how Cope is going to follow along behind him there for the moment, but Cope decides not to.
Oh.
This may send him almost 3 wide, but it definitely dials it on back. Cope is looking to make another position change to gain 8 here on the night, which should be comparable to Tyler Justice and his 9-position gain as he sits pretty happily in 4th.
Yeah.
But Justice still running down our guys here in the front. As I mentioned something about 4th, here we go. Justice into the wall, 45 machine of Anthony Promoda. Oh, man, he's on him like a piranha. He's going to attack.
Yeah, boy. Just when he gets in a good spot, he's fixing to make a move, and ping, the wall jumps out in front of him.
Yeah, right now it is interesting not to follow those guys from Nitro Racing down to the bottom of the track. It definitely seems like a kind of a bait and switch here. These guys are down toward the paint, which is unusual unless you have the setup to do it. Now, these guys, we've talked about it before here, Stella. These guys had 2 weeks to get this ready, so they've had plenty of time to kind of push it around and jam it toward the bottom, and that's exactly what they've done. The rest of the field just got to work with it here, work the outside line, and they can pick up some speed Jesse Priest trying to see if he can find it as well. As you see the 0 of Priest following behind John Williams. This is right now, it seems to slow down for the battle for that 10th position as Eric Schaefer sliding into pit road, returning back on the lead lap, and he's just trying to hold on.
Oh, wow. I'm sorry. I thought Williams and Schaefer were going to make a connection there, and I'm not talking, a dating connection kind of thing. That was not going to be good.
No, John Williams does get that 10th position here. Schaefer! Wow!
Yeah.
Yeah, right now, Priest, I guarantee you, would love to go pull his net down and punch his lights out for that one. Holy cow, that was close. Right now, the number 3 of Eric Schaefer goes up and almost takes the nose off here of the 0. Holy cow. Yeah, that was very close. I give it to Priest right now.
He's not done.
Yeah, I give it to Priest for making that move. That was insanely close. How he almost got hammered there.
Yeah, Schaefer came up and gave him a little nudge from behind. Maybe giving him a little go fast.
Yeah, I guess so, but look at...
Yeah, he's out of shape.
Yeah, this is Williams passing him on the front stretch here.
Okay.
He's going to slice down toward the bottom. I want to see the amount of distance that there is.
Eek. Yeah, not from that angle.
Yeah, see the nosedive? Yeah, that's the 0.
Yeah.
I mean, he is hard on the brake.
Yeah.
Man, did he get close.
Mm-mm-mm.
All right, Schaefer losing another position down here to Brandon Banks. Banks now sliding on up. He now sits 12th. John Williams still snug in 10th. Bruno and Hutchinson going at it. Bruno now losing some positions down to 9th.
Oops.
Yeah, right now Bruno looks like he's trying to stay behind Cope. Hutchinson slides up to 7th. Ehrman.
Yes.
Ehrman has the lead.
Okay.
Yeah, it must have been just as we pulled away to take a peek at it. Lap 83 was the overtake.
See if he does the same zip underneath. Nope, that's on the high side.
Yep, good cut there. He
Yeah.
just holds on.
Now, being teammates and it being no big deal, we're in the middle of lap 92 on our way to 150. Do you think that they could be changing up the who's leading to work a good gas strategy?
Yeah, there you go. A fuel strategy. Now you're thinking. Now you're thinking. It could be a possibility. If they are, they're saving 2 to 3 laps, and I'm wondering if they're trying to get everybody to break loose. Fall off isn't too bad here, though. We'll say Ehrman sitting there with his best time of a 39.46, last lap time of a 41.09. Looking to see if anybody here toward the back, let's say Mark Sikosi with a 39.9, sitting at a 41.22.
Okay.
So
yeah,
a little
but
bit.
that's kind of normal as far as, a 2-second fall off, 23 laps or whatever. But, everybody's kind of even on that fall off.
Yeah. Look at these two going at it.
Yeah.
Promoda and Allard. Yeah, right now this has kind of been the lineup here most of the night. Ehrman, Massey, Promoda, and Allard.
Or close to it.
Yeah. Not bad here. Look at Promoda. Sitting 1, 2, 3, and 4. Stella Weir hitting lap 94 here. And let me see if we can rotate back. Check to see if anything is happening out there. Bruno settles it down. Priest under fire by Banks. Banks now up to 10th. Here we go. Right now, Banks is sliding on through. He was sitting all the way back in 13th there for a moment. So he has gained some time out here on the track. His fall off isn't as bad as everybody else. Banks, last lap time, 41.22. And right now, that is comparable to the leaders. Yeah, so right now, I think Banks was kind of playing the tire conservation and realizing it's time to start tipping in. He's not going to have any drafting help, though, as he shoots down the backstretch. We're trying to reach out for Bruno and Hutchinson as they've been going at it, but right now he's got to make up over a second to reach him. So working together, possibly for Priest. I don't know if Schaefer just slid out of control here. As Stony Benfield shows Stony Benfield went off the track.
Oh, no.
Let's see what happened here on 82. Come on, you.
Oh, not again.
Yeah, that's the slip on 82, 83. I noticed we started slowing down and guys are shifting all over the place. Eric Schaefer's down and out here. I don't know what happened to Schaefer.
All right, I'm having issues with Justice being 15th.
Yeah, a lot of stuff happened here for Justice on lap 91.
But the time looks odd.
Yeah, it almost seems like we had a dropout. Tyler Justice down and out in the garage. And I'm thinking Eric Schaefer had the same thing.
Disconnection?
I think so.
Oh. Ow.
Yeah, Eric Schaefer. Yeah, I'm not sure here. Something happened here. Come on. Here's Schaefer. I wonder if that's the same spot. Right there, same spot.
Oh.
So right now we've lost two drivers, the 3 and the 6.
Okay. Yeah, I just thought it was unusual. Their times were static. So, okay. Yeah, Jay, no bueno. Agreed. See.
Alrighty, so let's go ahead and get up to the front where I think a battle for the lead underway again. Massey trying to hold up close to the wall. Oh, Ehrman's going to have to cut him off. Massey may have to turn exit speed here, and he does. Look at that. Yeah, buddy.
Woo.
Yeah, right now he's about 3 miles an hour faster, sitting at lap sitting at 192 miles an hour, getting around Ehrman. Ehrman wants to give him a little bit here as we are coming up on lap 100. 1, 2, and 3 right now, nose to tail. This is fantastic.
Yeah, 45 says, I want a little piece of that. I need a lead lap. Jay out there was asking whether they get any points for a lead lap.
Most of the time they do. They get a point for some lead laps, and they also get some points for the most lead laps.
Ooh.
So, yeah, so it's going to be, they're going to kind of push it around a little bit, see if they can do a little something.
Yeah, look at Schaefer and Justice. Both of them had made such gains last week. Eric Schaefer came up in the standings by 4 points, Tyler Justice by 5. I mean, that this is going to really hurt.
Yeah. We'll see if,
the only thing that might save them is the fact that we are missing a lot of our regulars.
Yes.
Up top. So, yeah, like you say, Taylor, Slade, Rose, all those guys are missing in action tonight. Sikosi needs to put a pedal to it, or he's going to get lapped soon.
Yeah, remember he broke free, though. We still have pit stops to do.
Yes. Where do you think they're going to give up and head in for tires or fuel?
I would
Did you think-
assume.
They came in, what, about 73? 72?
Yep, 71 is when we pit.
No.
All right, still got a battle for the lead here. Dakota Ehrman and Stephen Massey here in the front. I remember Nitro Racing did split up last pit stop.
That is true. But they are back together here.
Yes. Or will they all four head down? Allard the only one off pace here. With the rest of his teammates. Williams 5 seconds off that.
Yeah. I'll take the half a second off pace versus 5 for the bunch number 2.
Yeah. Yeah, that's yeah, that's something here. Right now, let's see how Cope's doing. I do want to see how his charge has been. He's gained 8 here on the night, looking for 9. Jacob Simpson will be the next on Justin Cope's list. But he's been slowly and methodically working his way up to the front. Stella, there isn't a single Toyota in the race except Dakota Ehrman's, and it's leading this one.
That is usually where the only Toyota is in most of these races with NSR is Ehrman, and he's in the front.
Alrighty, well, take a look at this, Stella. Right now, Promoda has fought his way up one more position. Now he's right knocking on Dakota Ehrman's door here. Ehrman gonna have to make a good rotation, boy. And notice how solid these cars are. Ehrman has got this thing dialed in. I've yet to see him sidestep it here tonight. As he comes out of turn 4 and out of turn 2, all in one piece, and just very solid car as it rotates up. You don't see a whole lot of weight shift. You don't see a whole lot of him fighting the car. Just right back up, lines up, goes. So the 45 Promoter, look at that.
Woo!
What?
That was the closest pass across that back bumper I think I may have ever seen. That was smooth as glass.
Wow, excellent move. And Promoter out in front. Lead lap for him, moving on as he gets lap 106 underway. Dakota Ehrman sits second. Massey is in, now Massey's in second as Ehrman drops down to third. So what can they do? Notice how Ehrman is now rotated up the track. He's going to slide to the outside. Yeah. Good thing being part of a team a little faster than radio up. He's able to talk to him in the room and say, hey, man, I'm right there to your outside. Massey straightens up, and they don't end up totaling each other out here.
That would be bad.
All right, let's check on another battle here. As right now, I think Cope is battling along right now with Simpson and Williams down on the bottom. Williams were trying to return back to the top 5 here. Now is his chance. Good clutch of 4 cars here. That's Jacob Simpson, Justin Cope, John Williams, and Ralph Hutchinson. Hutchinson bringing up the rear. It looks like Bruno has fallen down to 9th. He did have some early run speed, but now is bled off about 2 seconds beyond Hutchinson. Right now, as Cope here on the outside, he's under fire by John Williams. Williams in the number 5, able to keep the number 5 here this season. As the last Team Conti racer you saw there with Johnny Taylor. Out there now driving the 88 machine, I believe.
Taylor? Yes.
Yes. Yeah, we're used to seeing him in the 3, which unfortunately that is Schaefer. Yep. Stella, I believe Jesse Priest is now out of the race.
Oh. Now what caused that?
Yeah, I'm still thinking we're fighting a lot of disconnection issues. Ralph Hutchinson slides to the bottom here and marches right back where he was.
Yes. Ooh, here we go.
We had a couple of slices through here. Nobody taking the opportunity to pit just yet. So, Stella, if you think about it, we're only about 30, almost 40 laps into this run.
And we know we can get at least 35.
Right. So far, looking pretty solid here. We should have a good green flag run. And we may see a green flag pit stop here. All right, Jesse
That could
Priest.
change things up real quick.
What happened here? Yeah, it looked like Priest may have disconnected on lap 104.
We just had a pass between Cope and Williams.
Oh, yeah. Yep,
Okay,
Cope
good.
still sitting on the outside here. This is looking pretty good here so far. He wants to look. Yeah, there we go. Let's look down at the 5. You see a little bit of the backfire coming out of the side of that number 5 Chevrolet. Heavy on the fuel.
Oh, I thought he was letting off before the turn.
Yes, he is.
Oh,
That's just the extra fuel sitting down the pipe,
Ah,
sending some flames out. Jay out there saying the zero has zeroed out. Oh, do I have our first taker? Yes, I do. Stephen Massey, first one down. Jacob Simpson, Ralph Hutchinson.
so they are splitting up the foursome again.
Yes. Alrighty.
Now, I saw Simpson riding low several times. I mean, like below the line. Do you think that was a fuel-saving thing because he was hoping to death not to go in on his own?
Either that or he was signaling that he's heading in.
Ah,
Yep.
okay.
Good way,
Yeah,
old school way of coming down in the pit was to drop below the line. That way people pass you on the outside, or it would at least phase you out, or let people know. There's no way of, putting your hand and waving anymore. All right,
no,
let's see if
he was doing it when he was coming through the restart zone. So it would have been.
Oh, yeah, they may have been trying to stretch it just a little more. A lot of guys like John Williams here, who we see coming down in the pit, was doing the same.
Ah, okay. Just curious.
All right, still going at it. John Williams, our next taker here of pit road. And still waiting to see if anybody else is going to continue. As soon as they come down pit, that should be the final time. Promoda, Ehrman, Allard. And Cope. Cope working his way down pit. Noticing Stoney Benfield, it looks like he might be slowing down here. Yep, here he comes.
He better slow it down a lot more. There we go.
Yep, next will be Sikosi. We'll see if Sikosi decides to come down.
He started to get that little sliding brake thing happening on the way in. Always worries me.
All right, Sikosi decides not to come down.
Okay.
Ehrman not coming down. Still. Yeah,
Okay.
the amount of time that we're seeing. Brandon Banks working his way down. And I think what would bother me the most here, Stella, is the separation. We don't have groups.
Nope. No, but they have not been running terribly bunched up together tonight anyway. So maybe they're determining that they can go it alone.
Possibly. Yep, seeing that they saw Massey pass them, yeah, I guarantee they're coming down now. Here they come. Yep, Promoda, Ehrman, Allard stays out. And Bruno working his way down. Oh, Cope! We caught that just in time of Cope wrangling it together to get back down. Holy cow, that was close. Holy cow. Timmy, you said there's 19 of you guys watching this race?
Yeah, I'm telling him right now he needs to get them to pull it up on their phone so we can get some viewers out here.
Yeah.
Even if they're watching it on the big TV.
Right. We'll see how this pays off. There are next guys out. Allard still remains on the track as he's working his way down pit road. Massey sits in second, and Promoda, I believe, is back almost 4 seconds now. Holy cow, they've got a boatload of time to make up here. Now 4.7 seconds off pace. So as Allard is down pit road, he's finally in the box. Right side tires are on. This should definitely dwindle down here in just a moment. You'll see Allard's now working his way out of pit. 14.5 seconds in the box. Great pit stop. So Allard working his way out. Massey has the lead. Promoda now slings by him for second. And that is the active time. 4.75 seconds for Promoda to catch up to Massey. Ehrman's going to definitely have to work with him here as they chop their way down the backstretch. John Williams has taken it back to the garage.
Huge gap.
Yep. Sikosi not able to get back onto the lead lap here as he still fights out there on the track. Working his way up to the front. That is who you see Ehrman passing now. So excellent stop. Promoda may have the opportunity to catch him here. As Promoda was down 4.75, now it's less than that, 4.5. So he's chopped off at least quarter of a second here. And looking to see if he can go for half.
So correct me if I'm wrong. Every person came down.
Yes.
So we are starting fresh again.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, drivers on lap 110 seem to have the best of it. Stephen Massey came down on 110. Jacob Simpson came down on 110. Ralph Hutchinson came on 110. That is position 1, 4, and 5. Out there, I'm showing you the track map. They're showing the 97 that is in the lead. The number 45, that's how far behind he is.
Man,
coming up on the 59 of Justin Cope. We saw him sliding into pit as he tries to catch up. And so far, so good. They've got some work to do to fight their way back to the front. I'm sure they'll be able to do it. Stella, how far did I say behind? Yeah, 3.25 seconds now, and Ehrman is stuck.
We've got, a full second Promoda has gained on Massey just in the last 2 laps. So that's very good. But what is Ehrman stuck on?
It's almost like he's got nothing here. He's not gaining any, not as fast as Promoda is. We'll keep an eye on Promoda and see if he's doing anything different. I mean, they're both down there biting the bottom of the turn and still flying around the track here. If Dakota Ehrman can make up the second and reach up and grab a hold of Promoda, they could draft and both get back to their own teammate here, but that is not seeming to be the case. Let's check back on Ralph Hutchinson. He's being passed right now by Mike Allard. Remember, Allard came in as one of the final cars on lap 115. So far, Allard has got to make up the most out of that team. 8 seconds now to catch up to Massey. So far, both those cars.
Hope's going to be down a lap.
Yes. Yeah, Cope is in imminent danger.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, we have such a... Oh, look at Promoda. He is under 3 seconds now. And
yes.
You were saying bad things about Ehrman, but he's gained a second in the last three laps.
What are they doing to their cars that's going to bite them here in the end? The amount of time that they're having to make up and chop down. Their tires are only 4 laps fresher.
Running the tires off?
Right. They're frying the tires off to catch them. And Massey's just, you know what? Come and get me. And I'll take you with 5 to go. And there's a good chance he's going to leave him here at the end. So we'll see if that is going to come about. Let's check back on Jacob Simpson and Michael Allard here. Allard passed Hutchinson to get in the 5th. Now he's staying bottom of the line as they run up on some lap traffic here.
That'd be Sikosi?
Yes. That is Sikosi onto the bottom. Right now you do see Allard trying to use Sikosi to his advantage to draft around him, and it works. Back down toward the bottom. Allard's going to continue the push. Outside line for Jacob Simpson. Boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't go around Sikosi while he was down on the bottom. I thought he was, doing the ride low to let him pass or ride him high rather than having him guess where you're going to be. But no, heck, Sikosi's right in the mix, running with him.
Yeah. Well, they're trying to figure out how that's going to how it's really going to work out is if you were able to, like Mark Sikosi, when people are trying to pass him, if he is predictable. You see Sikosi down toward the bottom, I know he's going to stay on the bottom, so what you'll see is Allard right up behind him, use him for the draft and help pull around him. And Sikosi's just staying out of the way, and that's exactly what you see happening there. So, jerking around, I don't know. I mean, we saw earlier in the race, there was a bit of a miscue out there that got somebody hooked and around.
Yeah. Let's take a look at Promoda and Ehrman. Promoda is now under 2 seconds. He is reeling Massey in, and so is Ehrman. He's under 3 seconds now.
Yep. Oh, it's getting pretty close. That is Massey right here, as he's getting ready to put Cope a lap down. Yeah, I was wondering if he was falling behind Cope here for the fast few laps, to see if he could stretch it out. He doesn't know if 110, if that's too short. If he's out there in the lead, he's going to need some help, so he may have been following behind Cope there for a while.
Yeah. 20, 30, 40, 50, 40 laps. Ought to be able to make it, unless they want to try to come down if they have an extra set of tires.
Yeah, I wouldn't gamble on that at all.
Me either, unless there's a caution, and then I say everybody throws on what they have.
Oh yeah, 110%, as long as there's a caution. But if a caution comes out within the next 10 laps, even after that, maybe 15, but that'd give me 10 laps to slice through the field with 25 to go.
Yeah.
You know, and that'd leave you 10 laps with fresh tires. I mean, that could be a good possibility.
Yeah, these guys only had 4 sets in the pits, and I figure unless they've done something weird, they've used 3. They should have 1 left.
Yep. Check out here. All right.
Did a slice.
Let's see how Stephen Massey and Promoda is. Promoda has the lead.
Wow.
Yep. And right now, if Ehrman is falling back, he's got to hurry up. Because right now he is right off. Those two are going to help each other and may be able to make the pole away.
Run away! Oh, no.
Yep. That might not be good. Ehrman needs to start catching up here. He's starting to lose him.
Yeah, he's falling back. Come on.
Yeah, right now this is the run down here. Ehrman's starting to snug up just a little bit. You can see Massey almost looks like he checks back off of Promoda a bit. And Ehrman might just be on the outskirts here of this draft. Boy, that's going to be close. I don't know if they're going to be able to get him here.
He's coming.
Yeah, Ehrman should have him. 3/10 right behind him, so look, check that out. Massey actually, I would probably say he's letting off the gas to let Dakota Ehrman catch him.
No kidding. I don't know. He let him pass him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Now, my question, you were saying Promoter and Ehrman chasing down Massey might have fried their tires. Is there any way that Massey fried his tires being up in the front?
It's 110% possible. I would wonder if he's sitting back kind of letting him go at it here. All right, I do want to check back on Hutchinson and Simpson. I saw these two guys getting pretty close out here, so this will be the battle for that 5th spot. Simpson is swearing up and down this has been his spot all race.
He's fought for it hard enough.
Yeah, well, we'll see if it makes any sort of a difference here. If Jacob Simpson places above Ralph Hutchinson, who obviously for Hutchinson Racing, if this is going to cause any bad blood between these two. You can't.
Look at that.
You can't finish higher than me. This is my team.
But look at that, though. We have the 45, 42, 97, 41 of Promoda, Ehrman, Massey, and Allard once again, 1 through 4. Now, Allard is hanging back, I'd say, another 2.5 seconds or so. But yeah, if you want to make a statement, that would be it.
Wow. Ehrman now starting to fall off pace again. Maybe one bad turn, and now he is starting to slack off a good bit. 3/4 of a second off the back bumper here of Promoda. Promoda's gained 4 positions here so far on this race and is now going to start trying to see if he can lead the most. But the last 20 are the ones that count. Stoney Benfield, he's going to be the next one to be under fire for a lap, but it's definitely going to be at least another maybe 15 seconds before they can find him.
Yeah.
Yeah, Massey sitting third, Allard fourth. Hutchinson looks like he got over top of Jacob Simpson here. Banks, he sits seventh.
Bruno and Benfield bring in the last of them to lead lap.
Yep, that they do. And right now, I would love to see. I called Brandon Banks bringing it up. Now a good. We were talking about a caution. Stella, I think if a caution comes out, it was planned.
Oh, like pulling into the infield and hitting toe.
Yeah. Or being the number 48 car. Yeah, I got you. I'm reading you loud and clear.
I wasn't being that obvious.
No, yeah, well, we won't definitely call anybody for pulling to the infield and parking.
Oh.
And anyway, Anthony Promoda and Dakota Ehrman still 1 and 2 here. Now, out there in the chat, you guys are all watching, and I like to see the comments, see what you guys think out there about the race. We try to remain as active as possible and see what you guys have to say out there. Does Ehrman have enough to take over Promoda, or is Timmy Ray that was calling the 45 to win this race? Is it possible that Promoda may win this, even though Ehrman had the lead about at least 3/4 here of the night? So right now, Timmy Ray getting pole for his class out there racing on the dirt track, and so far right now it looks like Promoda is in front. So far Timmy Ray being pretty almost undefeated here and calling what's going to happen as Promoda continues to lead this race on lap 17. But as we get ready to crunch down here for the final moments of this race and as we come up very, very close, we're going to cut to commercial and we'll be right back. righty, welcome back, everybody, as we come back from commercial and the Crank It Up session we had there just at the end. Odd turn of events here as Stephen Massey has had to come down pit road. Looks like he's throwing on the right set of tires here. We'll keep an eye and see if he's got to throw on lefts, and yes, he is. Looks like left sides are up, back down, out. Stephen Massey is going to go 14-4 here. Don't know if a little miscue down pit road had happened, but now this is going to put Massey down a lap. It's going to be a little unfortunate for him. Right now, Massey is going to have a good turn. He should be about a second and a half, if not 2 seconds faster. And we'll see how he does. Right now, this is a pretty good run here for Promoda and Ehrman. But Stella, right now, remember our person who waited the longest was Micah Allard down on lap 115 here. Only 5 laps later than originally Stephen Massey. We about to see another load of cautions here.
I sure hope not. Also, right now, everybody is out here 2x2 like they're filing into Noah's Ark. So there's not a lot of, heavy racing going on. Might not be bad. I just hate to see somebody have to wreck to get one,
Yeah, 100%. Seeing that they're coming around turn 3 and 4 here as we're still watching to see if Ehrman is going to be able to catch Promoda at any point in time. He is the closest one who has a chance, about half a second off pace, as he is still chasing him down slowly but surely. But he's only got 20 miles to figure it out here with 10 laps to go here in the California 300. Heading into turn number 1 and 2, Dakota Ehrman taking on 14 degrees of banking again. A lot higher he's going to go to run down Promoda, trying to get a little turn exit speed. He may have just a little bit if he can keep this up.
Yeah, I'm watching. He's fluctuating there, but I'm seeing him whittle away, I should say, that lead tiny bit by tiny bit. I just don't know if he's going to have enough laps to make it happen.
All right, well, whittling is where we sit and do and shave off the wood, with a knife. Wheedle is, I think, some Pokemon, if I'm not mistaken. So,
no, wheedling in between something is like, that's what...
I thought that's that little worm with the horn on his head.
Okay, you tell me.
Well, I'm sure if my wife is out there watching, I'm sure she'll poke in and, say something about bee drill and all this other stuff. All right, let's keep going here. Right now, Stella, out in the rest of this track, everybody really separated here. Ralph Hutchinson and Jacob Simpson. That is Sikosi. Sikosi's still down, unfortunately, a lap, though. Right now, Sikosi's got to get around Massey to see if he can get back on pace. But right now, Stephen Massey with a only driver running under 40 seconds. Everybody else is running over 4 1/4 or 41 1/4. So right now, super fast out there on the track for Stephen Massey, which right now you are seeing him pass the leaders with 8 laps left to go. This will be a big turn of events. If right now everybody has to pit, he'll be the first one out and laughing his way to the finish.
Oh, true. That is true.
Jay out there thinking I said Pokemon. Absolutely not. He's gonna rewind it and see if I said Pokemon. Unbelievable.
Versus Pokemon?
It's Pokemon, I know.
Oh, okay.
All right, let's keep it going. Dakota Ehrman still 0.6 of a second off. Right now, I guarantee he wishes he could use a little bit there. Oh, my gosh.
You like that slice, huh?
Yeah, right now, I think Massey's kind of wagging his tail at him here as it goes on past. We'll see if this is going to be the big move here. So far, so good.
Massey hasn't let any moss grow under his tires, I tell you, because he got his lap back without having everybody else pit.
Yes.
I've never seen that.
Well, when you're going about 2 seconds faster than anybody else out there on the field, he's able to cut it off real quick, fast, and in a hurry. My biggest fear at this point is if anybody has enough fuel and tires to make it to the end, seeing that Stephen Massey had to come down. I don't know if maybe a short pit, he didn't get enough fuel in, launched out of the box, and that's what got him into the lead in the first place on lap 110, but something happened, and I can't see that a 5-lap difference is going to be what makes or breaks Stephen Massey's race here.
Yeah, now he is gaining. I mean, he's under 40 seconds now, but that is still a long way to see Promoter.
Yeah. Now, Promota's still out front with Ehrman. Ehrman kind of following along. If they were able to draft each other, I'm sure they would be able to save some fuel. I believe my wife is out there saying, yes,
OG.
Weedle's an OG. All right. Kind of rally capping here to see how it goes. Everything's stalling out just a little bit here. Big surprise for Stephen Massey having to come down on and pit on lap 137 out of 150 here tonight. That will be his final pit stop for fuel and tires. Back out he goes. So right now I would wonder that if the guys sitting 1 and 2, if there's any doubt in their mind that they are or are not going to make it to the end, they need to pit now. They right now are losing almost 2 seconds a lap, waiting for Massey to reel them in.
Yeah, it 40. Really? I think it might be less than that because he's only gone from 40 to 37 in the last 5 laps. So he's at this rate he ain't making it.
Yeah, well, with the lack of what I'm saying is if Ehrman and Promoter have to pit. Right now they're losing 1.5 seconds to 2 seconds per lap. They need to pit sooner than later.
Okay.
Because if they wait to the very last where it's white flag and somebody runs out of fuel, they're going to be kicking themselves here to see if they can reel them in. So right now 3 to go. At this, so we are breaking underneath 5 miles left of this race. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, at 191 miles an hour, that's how you cut 15 miles off real quick, fast, and in a hurry. Coming to the end here. And the California 300 will be coming to an end. Would like to give a shout out to Admin Box, SEO and Marketing, and Squeegee. There you go, Squeegee Pros. All right, 2 laps left to go. Promota's still in the lead. Right now, Ehrman seeing this one slip away from him. 0.5 second behind. Ehrman's got to come up with something here. Ehrman top side, good rotation. Loses by 1/10 or 2 on the outside line. He should be able to reel him in on the backstretch here. Boy, yeah, I know. You just don't know if Ehrman has kind of planned this one to go this way. Ehrman with a 49.9 pit lane time, 14.78 in the box. Promoter with a 48.5 down the lane, 15 in the box. And I'm hoping that's not what's broken him here. White flag is out. Massey getting ready to pass Benfield here, about 0.3 of a second off, as Massey will be looking to bid for 8th. This is still, once again, the battle for the lead. Promoter, I think, into the wall.
Oh.
Yeah, a little bit of smoke there from the right rear of his car coming around turn 2. Yep, only got to make it. 3/4 of a mile left.
Come on.
Yep, right now, Promoter sidestepping just a hair.
Coming
out of 3 and 4, he's held it to the floor. And he's got it. Oof. All right, the winner here of the California 300 goes to Anthony Promoter. Not bad. So the 45 Chevrolet of Anthony Promoter comes away with the win. Dakota Ehrman in the 42 Toyota sits second. And Micah Allard is third. Raced 1 through 4 most of the night. Stephen Massey with a miscalculation has to come down pit, and he secures 8th and gets past Stoney Benfield.
Oh, must have been just at the end there. Okay. My. We're gonna get some donuts. I'm feeling my inner policeman coming out. Lord, I apologize.
Boy, he played this off just right, or what?
I think it was excellent. Yeah, I'd say he should have no complaints. This is a nice race.
Alrighty. So we get our guys reeled into the booth up here. Let's go ahead and take a look at our racers here tonight. Yes, only 15 drivers, unfortunately. You can be the one to change that. Go out to the Facebook page or find Mark Sakosi out there. He'll get you lined up here for the Xfinity Series, and these guys can definitely show you guys how to do battle. Excellent job here by all our drivers here tonight, though. Unfortunately, Tyler Justice, Eric Schaefer, they look like they may have glitched out, and Jesse Priest as well. I think John Williams may have checked out when it came to that pit stop. I don't know. I think he may have not had the speed there, but still going through. Mike Bruno missing top 5 by a couple positions, and that top 5 goes to Jacob Simpson and Ralph Hutchinson there with Hutchinson Racing. So not bad here. As 1, 2, 3 held by Nitro Racing. We'll go ahead and get them here in just a moment. Guys, hang on. We'll have a conversation with them about this setup that they had that was pretty much unbeatable tonight. Alrighty, everybody, catching up with our third place finisher here, Micah Allard. Micah, we see you pitting a little bit later here in this last stint on lap 115. Talk to me a little bit about it here. How'd you guys make it? But Stephen Massey seemed to have miscalculated.
Yeah, we just in that when we split the stages there, we just kind of did something different, and I think Massey did something that he wasn't aware that he did. So of course he's playing catch up the whole time, which caused him to pit earlier in that last run. The last run for me, I was just, taking entry, going into the corners nice and easy and rolling the bottom and just trying to stay out of the throttle. And so it just gave me that extra fuel I needed to go one more lap. But I was hoping it would work out and get me a little closer to those guys. But not obviously you see it didn't quite work out like I planned.
That's all right. I don't think this went Ehrman's plan either. Talk to me a little bit about this race. How'd you guys have a setup that just seemed just about unbeatable here tonight?
We put in a lot of time and effort with these sets in the B class. Dakota coming over here to Nitro, that was huge for us. We got a good group of guys, and we just put a lot of effort in to make sure we had a good piece this week. And it's we all kind of ran little different variations of the setups right there in this race, and I chose to do one that it gave me a lot of early run speed, and I just had to work really hard to take care of it through the long run. But yeah, it was just a lot of time and effort. Dakota's been killing it over here, and I mean that's really all I can say.
All right, man. Well, will we see you return back here for the NSR League?
Absolutely. Yeah, I had a lot of fun tonight. These a lot of good guys in this league. It was a lot of fun, but yeah, I got Saturdays off, so I'll be here next week.
Oh, perfect, because that's what I was going to ask you. Make sure you got your airplane bag ready. We are heading to the Circuit of the Americas. Confidence level heading to a road course.
Low confidence level, not the best there, but I'll lean on Dakota a little bit and we'll figure it out.
Excellent. Shout out time.
NitroRacing.com. That's where you want to go get your setups. Like I said, we've been working hard to put out good setups. Shout out to Russ Boisvert. He's the owner of Nitro. Dakota, Dan Shamoon and all these guys that are on Team Nitro with me.
All righty, man. Congratulations on your third place finish. That is Micah Allard here in the 41 Chevrolet. Congratulations, buddy, and we'll catch you next week.
Thank you, and thank you guys for broadcasting as well.
Oh, yeah, not a problem, buddy.
Thanks.
All right, Stella, you're getting caught up with Dakota Ehrman there. Take it away.
Yeah, hey Dakota, how you doing this evening?
Good. How are you guys?
Not too bad. Very nicely, you brought your number 42 Toyota in second place tonight. What do you have to say about just barely missing it?
Yeah, just one spot short. I think I heard Micah say, we all kind of ran little different variations, and I was just really struggling with drive out. The car turned really good. I could probably get to the corner a lot better than him, but he could just power out of the corner, and it was a struggle. I knew I had to have the track position going into pit stops, or I at least had to be right on him when we got in, because when we got out, we were going to be pretty close to even, and the only chance I had was going to be to throw him off his line or make him overdrive the car. And I got in, and I thought for a second he was going to pit, and then I thought he was going to stay out, and so I kind of decelerated more, thinking I was too hard, and then he went in, and so I gave up a little chunk of time that I could have been a little more aggressive, probably coming into pit road, and that really cost me. But ultimately just needed the track position up front at the end. We were just matching times, and I had to run the wall, just too free to do anything with him, and there was no adjustment that was going to fix it. It was just an overall balance problem, but car was so good. Really proud of all the guys at Nitro for all the work that went into this thing. I actually kind of misjudged some time last week, and ended up missing the race here because I was working on this car, but ultimately we built such a good car. It was just crazy all week. So excited to see it. So happy to be behind the wheel and to have helped build it. And I look forward to what we got coming up. I know we got Coda, and we've got a ringer coming in to build the car. So that should be pretty cool. We're going to see what we can do to have some pace at the road courses. I'm not my strongest. These bigger tracks are definitely, my strong suit, but I've never been awful at the road courses, I guess, and we'll see what we can do. And then Martinsville and Richmond will also be interesting, and then we can finish it out at, I think, Texas and some other ones there.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, you were up on the podium for Nashville, Rockingham, Vegas. I don't put Circuit of the Americas past you at all. You took a little dive in the standings last week, but this should really hop you right back up there in contention. You're definitely above the cutoff for playoffs. So,
Yeah.
you got any shout outs for us tonight?
Well, we got the lock in when we won a couple weeks ago, and then I got just maxing out stage points as much as possible. But
Oh, yeah.
so I felt pretty good about the points. So I just got to make the races so I'm eligible. But shout out to everybody at Nitro again. Dan Shamoon, matched me 1-for-1, and the amount of time that we put into this car, which was an extreme amount. But overall, everybody that turned laps and helped me work on this thing, is I greatly appreciate it. The time that they put in, the laps they put in, putting it in the sheet, and it definitely shows on the track that we figured some stuff out, and the car is rolling. So shout out to them and DC Designs, you guys for broadcasting, and Mark for putting on a league.
Oh, bless your heart. Okay. So is you think the Nitro is the new Team Conti?
I hope not.
Fill- Oh, well, I just meant like filling out the podium every week.
I mean, teams are gonna kind of rise and fall a little bit. I know with the Team Conti guys, their builder is Ottinger, and you got to think he's probably focused on Coke a little bit. But I think his name's the one on the setup, so there might be a little bit of distraction there on that side. But we're really grinding. I'm 100% focused on this car. We're building a really good group around it. With the addition of Travis Manning this week, we're just going to keep growing and keep trying to spit out the best stuff we can. We've got to improve our short track package. I think I would have finished in the top 5 last week. We would have had a good car, but we definitely could be better. And so we'll focus on that and moving forward, so we can just continue to be hopefully a dominant force.
Yeah, I would definitely call you that. That's what I was just going to say. Well, one way or another, you were definitely a dominant force this evening. Congratulations on your second place win, and we'll see you next week.
Hey, thank you.
All right, not bad, Stella. Not bad at all. But we have got to get a hold of a guy who definitely had the winning car here tonight, Anthony Promoda. This number 45 Chevrolet. Yes, you gained 4 positions here on the night, but the last stint, that was the one that mattered. Talk to me a little bit about what adjustment needed to be made to overcome the rest of your team.
Not much. The car was actually really good. Just a little bit tight at certain points and a little loose at other points. I could tell those guys were struggling with a little more drive off than I was. I couldn't get into the corner as well as they could, but I could definitely beat them off.
All righty. Was the high line or the bottom line what you guys were aiming for tonight?
So majority of the week we've been running the bottom. Some of the guys will start experimenting with the top to block other drivers if they've got the top running. But the majority of the run, if we stay right on the bottom, tend to just check out from everybody.
Really? Yeah, I noticed that when I ever raced officials, top line, if you were trying to make it lengthwise, you had to be on top, but it depends if it was a fixed setup. But you guys definitely have the open setup. You're able to make that adjustment to get it faster here tonight. But, some of these other drivers, man, just didn't seem to have any as much speed as you guys did. Was it the adjustment for being able to carry the speed through the turn, or was there some kind of a secret to get that back and front stretch speed here tonight?
It's difficult. We've been on a tear this week, like really fast all week from the get go. Just needed to make a couple of adjustments the first night out, and then the rest of the week we've been fast. A lot of the teams are just they've went for running for the top, and then they're just too loose off, and they lose their drive off the corners. And that's where we've been very consistent on being able to keep the drive off.
All righty. Now, I noticed kind of watching all 3 of you guys, the suspension seems a little soft out there. I noticed you guys do bounce around just a little bit. Is that to combat, the turn, or kind of the bumpiness of the track? You guys just trying to maintain some stability out there?
I can't really say. I don't really feel the bumps too much. I don't really see them much. It's just they are what they are. They seem to not affect my car when I go over the bumps, especially coming out of the 4 at the bottom. I've seen other guys hit them bumps coming out of the 4 and they just shoot them straight towards the outside wall. But for me, they've been no major issues all week.
Alrighty. Yeah, as the viewers are kind of watching your car kind of slow-mo going around the turns, we are noticing the front kind of bobbing like a horse out there, and I give you a little more of the technical questions. What was the hardest part about this track, and then how do we look forward to COTA after this?
One of the biggest things is not overdriving the center of the corner. It's very easy to just want to hammer it through the middle. And when you do that, you completely give up your exit if you overdrive it too much through the center. COTA, I have no clue about COTA. Not much of a road racer, and especially in the B car. I have no clue what I'm going to be like there at all.
Alrighty, well, I'll give you a hint from watching other guys. Turn 1's going to be your make or break, and it'll be on lap 1. Everybody sends it. No one hits the brake early enough, and then it turns into a 10-car pileup. So if you can stay out of that, I think you guys will do just fine. I did note something, and Stella did ask Dakota Ehrman. I try not to compare you guys, but last season, Team Conti was really the team to beat. Corey Hines was on a tear, but when I see you guys come out here, 1, 2, and 3, I thought it was going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 if Massey had been on the same schedule pitting-wise that you guys did. If we were to put you 2 guys together, who do you think would come out on top?
It'd probably be a wash. They're a very competent team, just to us are. Some tracks they're better at than we are, and then other tracks we're better at than they are.
That's fair.
Alrighty, yeah, I would love to see you guys for a full season, full teams, and both you guys going at it. I think there'll be some grudges out there. I think you guys will be bumping and banging a little bit. Hey, I got this win. No, I got this win. You put me on the wall. It'd be and certain things like that. And I just think it'd bring a heck of a lot of life here to the NSR league. I know these guys are looking for some drivers here tonight, and I think if you guys had about another 10 to 15 more drivers, this would have been a wild race here. Anthony, congratulations on your win here, coming away with it, the checkered flag at the California 300. Give me a shout out so I can get you ready for COTA.
Nitro Racing, thanks Nitro. Thanks NSR for putting on the league and you guys for broadcasting it. Dakota for a heck of a set.
Yeah, I was waiting for a heck of a set, and ha! You finished second. All right.
No.
All right, Anthony Promoter. You had people out here rooting you on, even in the chat for you coming away with the win. Stella called you last week for being able to make up a boatload of ground and come back to come at least in a higher spot. I think you were fumbling around there in the back due to an early problem. I think somebody bumped you out of the way, and it got pretty ugly there. But man, oh man, congratulations here at Auto Club, man. I hate seeing this leaving the circuit, but man, you guys definitely put on a clinic, and I'll see you guys at the Circuit of the Americas.
Thank you.
All right, Stella, that's going to do it here. Anthony Promoter, man of very few words, but he says enough to make it matter. So that is our winner here for tonight. Fantastic race here so far, although it did have a bit fewer cars than expected here, Stella. Still was a fantastic race with few cautions. A couple guys bumping and banging out there. They were made that, they really made it work. They made it happen here. And just how do we keep this hype going?
Keep racing. I mean, the nice thing is iRacing, even though Auto Club is gone, they can race it until they're tired of it. So kudos to iRacing, kudos to everybody who showed up tonight, and we'll see you next week.
Oh yeah, well definitely the way the dynamic track, the dynamic tires now that iRacing has instilled, and I'm definitely waiting to see if somebody decides to throw a little rain in there as a possibility as well. But awesome race here so far. Promoda, Ehrman, Allard, 1, 2, and 3. This was definitely an awesome race here. I can't wait to see how it goes at the Circuit of the Americas, as guys will be hammering it and trying to stay on the track, as these guys made it happen on the track. Looks like we're going to be it for tonight. Keep an eye out for our stream, as we're going to be ready for Nora on Tuesday, and then of course the NSR, I believe the SRX series that we head to not Stella, not a super speedway, as though they are looking for even more drivers there as well. We'll be actually heading to Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway. That'll be a new one for me and a new one for you as well. So Jay out there in the chat, and good luck to you, Timmy, out there on the track. There are a lot of things to do, but that's going to do it for us. Be well, be safe, be kind. And what we going to do, Stella?
See y'all next time.
See y'all next time. Take it easy, guys.